Well, I'll chat for a minute before we get started. Yeah, like I said, I hope everybody's good on this chilly morning. I'm not really sure anybody was mentally or emotionally prepared to see snowfall here in Morgantown yesterday, but snow it did. Just one more way we're trying to kind of be prepared for, expect the unexpected, right? Be prepared for whatever comes our way, which is a good reminder of what our yoga practice can teach us. We, as I said in our social media post, Katie's practicing in socks and a sweater. You are a dedicated yogi, I will say. Kindred Spirits is trying to sort of look ahead and plan ahead for what our future is going to look like. And so as I hinted in that social media post from yesterday, this is going to be our last Facebook live stream class for a little bit. Starting next week, we're going to begin to offer our classes online via Zoom through our business software Vagaro. Vagaro and Zoom are now integrated, and we've started up that process. So moving forward, you'll be able to go and access either through the Vagaro app to get to our business software, just like you might have in the past, like booked a class. You'll be able to go in there, pay for either a drop-in, or you can purchase a package of classes, and then sign up for one of our online Zoom classes. And the nice thing about that is you'll be able to access, if you miss the class, you'll be able to access it for a period of time afterwards. Because right now people's schedules, we totally understand, are really kind of up in the air. They're just it's a moving target all the time. And then as we go forward, hey Katie, thanks for joining us. As we move forward with the state guidelines about businesses opening, we will be able to open to a small number of people in studio. We're so grateful for all the people that completed our survey. We had so many responses, so much love and support, and just frank and honest opinions from everybody, which we were really grateful for. So we know that there are going to be some people that once we're able to open our doors are going to feel comfortable practicing in person. And we know that even though the doors are open, there'll still be people that aren't comfortable. And we totally appreciate that. Totally understand it. So as we move forward, having this ability to do both in-person classes and at the same time send those classes live out on Zoom gives people the flexibility to practice when they want and how they want. If you sign up for a Zoom class online and then you miss it, you'll have the ability to rewatch that link later on. We're still looking at the storage for those classes, but there'll be a certain number of days afterwards. If you miss it, you'll be able to still practice it and take it. And our hope is that this will plan for our studio moving forward. And it just gives people the ability to enjoy their yoga with whatever their situation is at the time. Either coming into the studio with us, we're going to have a limit to the number of people in class. We're going to limit class size to 8. That allows us to spread out the mats a little more than 6 feet apart. Additional cleaning measures for the studio. And then again, if you're still not ready to come back to the studio, you'll be able to access our classes online. So we're really looking forward to that. One last thing before we get started. Again, we're so grateful to everybody who completed the online survey. And we said that if for everybody that completed the survey, you'd get entered in a drawing to win 2 free classes. And so I just drew the name. So here we have the winner of the classes for filling out the survey is Kristen Libertini. Thank you, Kristen. I don't think I've seen your name pop up on here, but we'll be messaging her to let her know that she's got 2 free classes that she'll be able to use either in person or via Zoom. So as I said last week, less talking, more bending. Let's get into it. Ha! All right. So for today's practice, we're going to start in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. If sitting all the way on the floor is a little bit uncomfortable for you and you have a towel or a blanket handy, you can always fold it up and kind of tuck it up under your hips. That way your hips are level or a little bit higher than the position of your knees. And then fold your legs in a way that's comfortable. And we're gonna start here. So if you're comfortable to do so, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze. And we're just kind of start to draw our awareness inward and notice our breath. So softening from the top of the head, down through the neck and shoulders, through the torso and legs, until we come to notice that support of our mat underneath of us. Just rest here a moment, feeling supported by the floor. And know that that support helps you really draw your awareness inward so you can focus on your breath. Feel your belly fill on the inhale. Notice your ribs start to press outward. We're slightly aware of our posture here so that we're sitting up tall, but we're not reaching. We're feeling comfortably stacked. Starting to bring some symmetry to our breath, so letting our inhale and our exhales kind of start to mirror one another. Working towards removing any pauses or catches in the breath. Feels really nice to just check inward, notice the breath, feel grounded, connected to that source of energy that we all share. Starting to move your awareness outward towards the limbs. Check in with your shoulders. Notice if you're squeezing or feeling hunched. See if you can soften there. Notice your hips and knees. If there's anything there that you can soften, just as you inhale, imagine creating space. And as you exhale, letting go of tension. Couple more moments here. If you're looking to set intention with your practice, here's the perfect opportunity to focus on a word or a phrase, a quote, something that's going to help you really feel nourished this morning. Or maybe there's someone in your life you want to generate a little bit of good mojo for. You can think about them. One more moment here. And then together we'll take a big full belly inhale. And exhale, open up the mouth, sigh it out. Ha. Good, one more breath like that. Big full inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Ha. Nice. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and gently blink them open. And we're going to start with just a little bit of sort of upper body warm up. So stay in that comfortable cross-legged position. We'll do a little bit of seated cat-cow. So I like to just let my hands gently rest on the tops of my thighs by my knees. And then as you inhale, open up the heart forward, shoulder comes back, gaze can start to reach forward. And as you exhale, round the back, doming the shoulders, tucking the chin. Inhale, big heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Couple more times here, just moving with the breath. Let your inhale open up the heart, across the shoulders. Exhale, round the back, stretching across the shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Good. Exhale. And then on your next breath, just go ahead and come back to a seated position. We're going to do just some simple shoulder circles here. So bend at the elbow, let your fingertips touch just at the tops of your shoulders. We're going to do really slow circles in one direction, and then we'll switch the other direction, moving with our breath here. So as you inhale, sweep the elbows forward. When you're ready to exhale, sweep them back. Good. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, letting it go. And notice here, have you been holding on to tension? Are things feeling tight? Using this as an opportunity to connect that breath and that movement and really open stuff up. One more time in this direction. Big inhale. Exhale, bring it back down. And now all we're going to do is reverse it. So we're going to inhale it up. Exhale, bring it down. Good. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. A couple more times here. Just moving really slowly with the breath. I don't know about you, but I've been carrying some tension in my neck and my shoulders. One more time. Good. Coming back to center, and then just let your hands gently come off to the sides. We're going to stay with that theme of sort of opening up the neck and shoulders a little bit. So take your, now remember, we're going to be a little bit opposite of each other, I think, because of the way the camera is flipped. I'm going to take my hand, put it at the top of my head. I'm not pulling on my neck. I'm just gently resting my fingertips above my ear, and then I'm gently sending that ear over to the shoulder. Now take that opposite hand and start to walk it away. And notice, you don't have to pull on your neck to enjoy that stretch. You just press that extended hand down more. Breathing here. Imagine you can breathe into that space in your neck. Just open it up. Let in some oxygen, let in some light. Inhale, draw that shoulder up towards that ear. Exhale, lengthen it out. Good. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Release the grip of your head just above your ear, and we'll let it go. Shake it out. Nice. And then we'll switch sides. So do the opposite side. Now this time I'm going to take my hand, put it gently above that other ear, carefully guiding ear over to shoulder. I'm not pulling on my neck. And then taking that extended arm and just start to slowly walk it away here. Breathing into that space that you're creating. And remember, don't pull on your neck more to deepen the stretch. Push that extended hand down into the floor more. Kind of turns on the stretch. That's what we mean when we talk about activation. We're activating in this stretch, activating in this pose, turning on muscles, putting out force. And then inhale, draw that shoulder up towards the ear. Exhale, lengthen it out. Good. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Release the grip on the head, let it go. Shake it out if you need to. We'll stay here for a seated twist. So inhale, bring your hands up strong towards the ceiling, feeling lengthened all the way up through the crown of your head. As you exhale, right hand comes behind, left hand comes forward, twisting towards the right side of your mat. We'll keep it gentle here. If you want to take that left hand and place it on the top of that right thigh to kind of deepen it a little bit, you can, but this is early in the practice, so don't go crazy on me. One more breath. And when you're ready, slowly return back to center. And we'll do that now on the opposite side. So we're going to inhale, reach up nice and straight and tall. This time as you exhale, left hand comes behind, right hand reaches forward. And decide if you're going to stay here or if you're going to take that right hand and bring it to the top of the left thigh. One more breath. And when you're ready to come back to center, we'll just slowly soften back to our comfortable seated position. From here, we're going to transition into camel pose. We're going to do a little baby camel, and then I'm going to show you something that I like to call dancing camel. For me, I struggle sometimes with camel pose, and so being able to add a little movement to it feels kind of nice. So for the first time around, I'm going to show it to you from the side so you can see what it looks like, but don't feel like you need to turn if you don't need to. The other thing I'm going to show you is a little tip. I like to fold up my mat for camel a couple times and just give my knees a little bit of extra cushioning. So our setup for camel, and again, this is going to be a gentle camel, not a deep camel, because this is still warm up. So my toes are curled. If your pinkies hurt, you can kind of pull them out, because everybody's feet are differently, and sometimes your pinky gets like crunched in a funny way, and that's no bueno. So my thighs, my knees and legs are about hips distance apart. My feet are flexed. My toes are curled up on the mat for support. And then for this more gentle camel, we're just going to put our hands in our blue jean pockets, which is silly because doing yoga in blue jeans sounds terrible. And then I'm going to really imagine I'm opening up my heart. My elbows are pointing towards the back of the room. And I'm just gently starting to open up that heart towards the ceiling. Breathing here. Don't go back so far that you suddenly find yourself holding your breath. If we start to hold our breath, that's just our body telling us we've done too far. One more moment. Inhale, start to lift back up. And then you can just fold forward into a sort of a simple straight-legged child's pose, just to kind of get your bearings a little bit and breathe. Beautiful. And now we're going to set up for dancing camel. I'm going to turn sideways for this one so that you can hopefully see a little bit better. And again, I'm folding up my mat so it's a little bit more comfortable. Like I said, for me, this is camel. Camel for people who don't love camel. You still get that really yummy heart opener, but it's a little bit more flowy, and it feels kind of dancey and pretty. And I like that because sometimes I feel like there's not a lot of things in my life that I do that feel like pretty movement, and this one kind of does. So same setup as before. My knees are about hip distance apart, and my feet are, I don't know if you can see them, but my feet are flexed. My toes are curled under and on the floor. And then we're going to inhale, drop that left hand down, inhale the right hand up to the sky. So it's kind of like a half open-hearted camel. Exhale, rolling forward, plant the opposite hand, inhale that left hand up to the ceiling. See, so you get all the yummy heart opener that you get in camel with that support and stability of that hand that's down. Inhale, open up. Exhale, rolling forward, plant the hand. Good. Just moving with the breath here. One more time on either side. Exhale, roll forward. Inhale, big heart. Last time. Dancing camel. Beautiful. Go ahead and come back to center. If you've got your mat folded, you can flatten it back out again. And then come back to the mat, plant the hands, curl the toes. Find your way back to down dog. So take a second here to warm up and lengthen out your dog however you like to. Pedaling out the feet, creating some length in the backs of the calves. Shifting the hips, wagging the tail. Everybody moves in their down dog a little bit differently, but we're just trying to start to warm up the legs. Don't forget about the head and the neck. Now from here, widen your stance and shorten your stance so that your feet are on the outside edges of your mat and your heels are on the floor. So adjust until that feels comfortable. Inhale, and as you exhale, reach that right hand across and grab for the outside of that left leg. So you can be grabbing anywhere on that left leg, just below the knee, along the calf, down towards the ankle if that feels comfortable. Kind of peek under that left armpit. Breathing here. One more moment. And then release, let that right hand plant back on the floor. Reset yourself if you feel like you've shifted at all.
And then we're going to take that now with the opposite hand. So inhale, lift that left hand up, reach it across and grab for the outside of the right, below the knee or calf or ankle, peeking under that right arm. Breathing here, don't forget the breath. One more moment. And then go ahead, release, let your hand come back to the floor, step your feet back into where it's more comfortable for your down dog. And we're gonna start to move a little bit through some sun A's, just to kind of bring a little bit more warmth and space and heat to the body. So if you're ready, inhale up on both toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front, step or walk to the front of your mat. On the inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head, flattening the back. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. On your in-breath, take it all the way up, extended mountain. And when you're ready to exhale, bring it back down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flatten the back. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping or walking the feet back. We're all going to lower to our bellies however we need to. Hands are under the shoulders. Inhale, little cobra. Good. Exhale, let it go. Now this time, release your hands, let them come palms, or the backs of the hands are on the backs of the mat. We're going to inhale, lengthen just the upper torso first. Exhale, soften it back down. Good. This time, inhale, lift the feet up off the floor, really activating the glutes, the legs. Exhale, let it go. Now we'll do the full pose. So if you're comfortable, you can do upper torso and lower torso. If you don't want to do both of them together, pick your favorite one. So as you inhale, reaching up, breathing here. As you're breathing, you're kind of rocking a little bit, and that's okay. You got the strength of your diaphragm. Exhale, soften back to the mat. Bend at the knees and just sway your feet side to side. That should feel good. Nice. Now from here, we're going to transition back to down dog, and that can look however it does for you, just as long as it feels good. So pushing up through plank or coming through tabletop, it's all good. Inhale up on both toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front, step or walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. One big breath takes us all the way up, extended mountain. And then as we exhale, let it go, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping or walking the feet back. Finding our way to our belly on the exhale. One yummy cobra on the inhale. Shoulders back, heart forward. You got this. Exhale, let it go. And then transitioning back to down dog. Again, inhale up on both toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front. Step or walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthening, flat back. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. As you inhale, rise to stand. We're going to stay here. Do a little side body opener here. So as your arms are reaching up, grab that right wrist with the left hand. Inhale, and as you exhale, bowing it over to the left side. So a big standing banana here. As you inhale, notice the space opening between the ribs. Good. On your next breath, release, come back to center. And we'll switch sides this time. I'm going to grab my left wrist with my right hand. And on the exhale, bow it over to the right. Remember that I think we're flipped because of Facebook, but we're all good as long as we do both sides. One more moment. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, let it go, forward fold. Stay here this time in your forward fold and really fold in. So imagining you're really pressing your feet down into the floor. Soften the head and the neck. You can keep your fingertips on the floor if you want. If you want to Lift them up off the floor, reach for opposite elbows. But really notice, if you press your feet into the floor a little bit more deeply, how active the backs of the legs get. Really fold in here. Good. Inhale, flatten the back. Exhale, plant the hands, step or walk the feet back. Find your way to your belly. Saving that inhale for that big yummy cobra or up dog. Exhale, shifting back to down dog. Beautiful. One more time. From our down dog, inhale up on both toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front, step or walk to the front of your mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Inhale, rises us all the way up. This time we're gonna stand and twist. Inhale, as you exhale, right hand behind, left hand reaches forward. Just like we did when we were sitting, but now we're doing the standing twist. Notice how it feels. Really reaching energetically through the fingertips so they're reaching out across from each other. Inhale, center. On your next exhale, opposite side. Now the left hand reaches behind, the right hand reaches forward. Like 4 points of energy here. Reaching up tall through the top of the head and down through the feet, and then out the fingers. And come back to center. Exhale, take it all the way back down, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping or walking the feet back. Rolling through your vinyasa here. So maybe your vinyasa is going to have chaturanga in it. Maybe you're just pressing back to down dog. Listen to your body, do what you need to do this morning. As we transition into the flow, remember that if at any point you need to take a sip of water or take a child's pose or a little towel break or whatever, please feel free to do so. Every time we come to the yoga practice, the practice may feel the same, but we are different. And so it's the opportunity to give ourselves exactly what we need in that moment. Doesn't matter what we did the day before. Doesn't matter what we may or may not do tomorrow. It's all about the right now. So respect your body and give it what it needs today. Beautiful. Let's get into a little flow. So find your way back to down dog. I told you guys to take a sip of water and then I forgot to, sorry. Awesome. We're gonna find our way back to down dog. So in down dog, inhale the right heel up. As you exhale, drive the foot between the hands, spinning the back foot flat. Let your inhale lift you up, warrior one. Really strong and powerful here. Right hip is drawing back, left hip is coming forward. Think about how strong you are in your pelvis here. Everything is lifting up, drawing in, keeping us stable and secure. Legs are active, moving up through the hands. From here, we're going to add on a humble warrior. Since it's the first time through, definitely would encourage you to do a little bit more of a gentle humble here. So clasping the hands behind the back, inhale, open the heart up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, take shoulder to the top of the thigh. That's going to be the perfect way to take that more gentle, humble warrior. Softening the neck here, let your gaze fall back at that left foot and leg. It's so strong and powerful. Don't forget to breathe here. On your next in-breath, we're going to release the hands, come back up to warrior one. And then when you're ready to exhale, plant the hands, stepping the right toes back. Rolling through your vinyasa. Saving that inhale for that big delicious cobra or up dog. And then exhale, shifting back to down dog. I'm just turning around so I can demo the opposite side. You're free to stay right where you are. Beautiful. So left side. Inhale the left heel up. Exhale, driving the foot between the hands, spinning that right foot flat. Let your inhale bring you up, warrior one. So settle into the pose on this side. Strong and active in the legs.
All kinds of pelvic stability, just keeping us firm and lifting us upward. If it's comfortable to do so, extend the arms. Breathing here. One more breath. And then we're going to transition into the humble piece on this side. So remember, gentle humble is totally awesome. Clasping the hands. Inhale, lifting the heart. Big heart opener here. Exhale, bowing forward. Shoulder comes to the top of the thigh. Make sure, though, that you soften that neck so that you can let your gaze fall back at that right foot. Look at how powerful our right leg is. Keeping us strong and rooted. Don't forget to breathe here. One more moment. When you're ready to come out of the pose, you're going to release the hands. Inhale, reach up, warrior one. And then exhale, plant the hands, left toe step back. Exhale, down, saving that inhale for that big, delicious cobra or up dog. Beautiful. Adding on. Excuse me. So, inhale the right heel up. Exhale, driving the foot between the hands, spinning the back foot flat. Let your inhale bring you up, warrior one. Clasping the hands, getting ready. Inhale, big heart. Exhale, folding forward for your humble warrior. So maybe shoulder to the top of the thigh is perfect for you. Stay here if this is comfortable. If you want to take shoulder inside of that right knee, that's cool too. Take it where it feels comfortable though. Release the hands, inhale, coming back up to warrior one. Now from here, we're going to transition to the front of our mat. So pop up on the ball, the back toes. Inhale, exhale, step up to chair. So let those left toes come up. If your shoulders need a break like mine right now, please, hands come down to heart center, that's perfect. But let your feet settle into chair. Remember, we're solid in the heels. You should be light enough in the toes that you can wiggle them. You're kind of floating your heart over your knees here. So that way you're not folding so far forward. Get really grounded. Beautiful. On your next inhale, reaching up, stretch it out, create some space back in the body. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. I almost hit my head on the wall. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping or walking the feet back. Rolling through your vinyasa, finding your way back to down dog. However you need to. And remember, it doesn't have to stay the same all through class. It can be different every time as long as it serves you. So we're going to do now the left side. Remember, I just turned around on my mat to demo. So if you're ready, inhale, lift the left heel up. Exhale, driving the foot between the hands, spinning the back foot flat. Let your inhale bring you up, warrior one. If you've ever been curious, when I'm coming up to warrior one, I always imagine like a hot air balloon going on the inhale. So that's my little share for the day, my weird little sound effect. So finding yourself in your warrior one, get super strong in the legs. Releasing, clasping the hands, inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, bowing forward. Remember on this side, you've got the option of the gentle humble or drawing that shoulder inside of that knee, taking a little bit more forward. Wherever you take it though, make sure you keep the breath. If you start holding your breath, that means you've kind of pushed it too far. We need to take it back a little bit. When you're ready, release your hands. Let your inhale Fill up your hot air balloon back to warrior one. And then we're gonna come back to the front of our mat here. So stepping up on the ball of the back toes, and then stepping forward to chair. And again, if your shoulders are tired, whoop, there we go. If your shoulders are tired, this is the perfect opportunity to come back, hands at heart center. So grounding here. Really strong and active in the legs. Our midsection is really zipped in, like you're wearing a really snug vest. Keeps us from flaring. One more breath. And then get ready. Inhale to create space and length back in the body. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping or walking the toes back. Lowering on that exhale. Inhaling on that yummy cobra or up dog. And then exhale, shift back down dog. Beautiful. Adding on another layer. So inhale that right heel up. Exhale, driving the foot, spinning the toes. You know where we're headed now. Inhale comes up, warrior one. Clasping the hands, shining the heart. And then exhale, bowing the crown. One full breath here. And then when you're ready, release the hands. Inhale brings us back up. Warrior one. Popping up on the ball of the back toes so that we can step up and get ready to ground down in our chair. Perfect time to give the shoulders a break if you need one. From here, we're going to find ourselves in an eagle pose. So ground down through the left leg, cross the right leg over the left. You have the option, I'm going to turn, you have the option of using those toes like a kickstand or wrapping the right toes behind that left calf. This could be the perfect eagle for you if you want to add the arms in. If our right leg is wrapped over, our right arm will wrap under. If this is too much, just grab opposite shoulders. You still get that nice broadening across the back, upper back stretch by doing this, reaching for the opposite shoulders. Let me turn back around. Whoops. All right. Wherever you are when you're eagle, unwind the arms, come back to heart center. And then when you're ready, we're going to unwind that right leg, open up warrior two. Settle into this warrior two. Take a second to really be happy with your alignment, the placement of your feet, shoulders over hips. Inhale, flip the left hand, one breath to reverse it, and exhale, windmill, take it to the mat, planting the hands, stepping the left toes back, lowering down on the exhale. One big yummy inhale for cobra or up dog. Beautiful, exhale, shift back down dog. All right, same, but on the left side. Inhale the left heel up. Exhale, driving the foot between the hands, spinning the back foot flat. Inhale, lets us rise like the beautiful hot air balloons we are. Warrior one. Clasp the hands. Inhale, shine the heart. Exhale, bowing the crown. One more breath. Inhale, release, come back up, warrior one. And then from here, remember, we're stepping up to the front of the mat for chair. So ball the back toes when you're ready to come forward, grounding in your chair. Taking a second to really feel strong and stable before we set up for our eagle. I know my sister's watching, so I'm going to say eagle. All right, so ground down through that right leg. This time we're going to let the left leg wrap over top. And remember, you always have the option of using that left foot like a kickstand or wrapping the toes around the thigh. whatever helps you feel more stable here. You're really drawing your thighs together here to feel strong and stable. You have the option of keeping your hands together at prayer. Even if you want to put them on your hips, that's cool. With the left leg over, this time we would wrap the left arm under. So decide what you're going to do with your arms and then make it so. Breathing here. This is a moment of balance in the middle of flow, and that's hard, and you guys are rocking it. Let me turn back around. Go ahead and unwind the arms if you have them wrapped. Inhale, exhale, open up, warrior two. This time we've got that right foot forward. Take a second to settle, make any adjustments you need so that you can really enjoy this warrior two. We went from being sort of constricted and curled up in our eagle and just opening it up. Flip that right hand, take it, inhale, take it back, reverse. One big breath. And we exhale, windmill, plant the hands, stepping the right toes back, rolling through your vinyasa. Hang on, sorry, I need a towel. Don't have the heaters on, still getting sweaty. All right, guys, beautiful. We're gonna roll through that one more time. You know where we're headed. This time we'll spend a little bit more time at the end in that, at warrior two. So if you wanna like come to side angle or half moon or whatever you're feeling this morning, we'll have a little bit of time at the end there to do that. So sort of yogi's choice. All right, beautiful. You guys are awesome. If you're ready, find your way back to down dog. Big inhale, open up the mouth, stick out the tongue. Kindred breath, one more time. Inhale big, exhale side out. Beautiful. Inhale the right heel up. Exhale, drive the foot between the hands, spinning the back foot flat. Our inhale comes up with our hot air balloon. Last tumble on this side. Clasp the hands. Inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, bowing forward. Taking it to the depth that's comfortable for you. Now that you're a little bit warm, if you want to drop that shoulder inside that thigh, that's cool. If shoulder to the top of the leg is perfect for you, that's perfect. One more moment. Release the hands. Lift your hot air balloon back up. Popping up on the ball of the back toes. Finding your way to chair pose. So ground down in that chair first. Find your strength, find your stability, find the connection to the ground with your feet before we make our way to eagle. This time we're going to ground that right leg and ground the left leg and wrap the right leg. And then decide what you're going to do with your arms. Either eagle arms or reaching for opposite shoulders so you still get that beautiful stretch across the back here that you would in eagle arms if you just reach for shoulders. Everybody's mobility is different here. Wherever you are, release your hands and bring them back to heart center. Because you know what? From this little space, we're going to inhale, open up, warrior two. Settling into the pose here. Make any little adjustments you need to with your feet. I know it's a weird way to come to warrior two, so I still want you to be happy with your alignment before you do anything else. Inhale, flip that left hand, reach it up. Big breath, reversing your warrior. And then when you're ready to exhale, deciding what it is, how you're going to spend your time over here. We're going to be here for about 5 breaths. So if your side angle is forearm on the thigh, that's perfect. If it's hand to the floor, that's beautiful. If you want to take another pose like half moon or even triangle here, we're here for a few more moments. So listen to your body and give it what it needs right now.
2 more breaths. Wherever you are, we're in this together. We got this. We'll start to come out of whatever it is you're enjoying here. Find your way back, and then inhale, reverse your warrior. 1 big reach. Exhale, windmill, planting the hands, stepping the left toes back. Rolling through your vinyasa. Big inhale in your cobra up dog, opening it up. And then exhale, shift back down dog. Beautiful, last time. We got this. So from our down dog, we're gonna inhale that left heel up. Exhale, driving the foot between the hands, spinning the back foot flat. Bringing our hot air balloons up, warrior 1. Why do I think of a hot air balloon? Because there's that fire, right? Love it. The fire of our abdomen, the fire of what we want, of what we're working for. Keeping us lifted. Get ready, clasp the hands, inhale the heart. Big breath, exhale, bowing forward, humble warrior. Last time on this side, take it where you need it to go. Releasing the hands, coming back up, warrior 1. And then popping up on the ball of those back toes, just so that we can come to step up to chair. Settling into chair for a moment. Feeling rooted and grounded and strong. We got this. This time we're going to root down through the right foot, let that left leg wrap for our eagle on this side. Again, decide what it is you're going to do with your hands. Maybe at waist, maybe at heart center, opposite shoulders, or wrapped up in eagle. Here for 2 more breaths. You got this. Just a moment to focus in the midst of the flow. And then if you're ready, release your hands. Opening up, stepping out, warrior 2. Nice job. Take a second to make any little adjustments you need to so that this is your best warrior 2 on this side, so it feels good. Inhale, flip that right hand, take it up and back, reversing your warrior. Filling up the lungs here, all kinds of space. And then when you're ready, decide how you're going to spend these breaths on this side. So maybe it's forearm on the top of the thigh, hand to floor. Whatever you did on the left side, you'll be taking here. We're going to yoga together, but not the same in these next breaths. Couple more moments. You got this wherever you are. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to wherever you took this final pose, and then we're going to inhale, bring it back, reversing our warrior. And then exhale, windmill, planting the hands, stepping those right toes back. 1 final vinyasa. Get yourself back to down dog, however feels best. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful job, guys. That was awesome. Woo. All right. Take a sip of water if you need one. We're going to come to, so let's see, from our down dog, go ahead and drop to your knees, cross your ankles and roll over your feet, or you can kick your feet to the side. Come to a comfortable seated position. We're going to work on, we'll do a little variation of a seated twist, get a little stretchier in the hips before we come down to the floor. So sitting nice and tall, I like to kind of scooch my flesh out of the way so I really feel connected, my sits bones to the floor. Bend your right knee. Actually, I lied. Extend your right knee, bend your left knee. That'll just help me in terms of demoing. Sorry, that was just, yeah. So my left knee is bent, my right leg is extended.
that right foot is flexed so that that whole leg is active. It's not sort of off to the side and floppy. It's super active and engaged because that'll help us stay grounded. Hug this left knee in with your right arm. You can even bring the crook of your elbow around that knee. And then we're gonna inhale and exhale, opening up. Left hand comes behind. You can stay gazing over the left side of your mat if it's comfortable. You can also kind of continue that gaze behind you. I did a lot of practices this week online that talked about how twists are really good reminders that we can be prepared for anything, the twists and turns of life, the unexpected stuff that sneaks up behind us. And that was, I've always enjoyed twists, but attaching that imagery to it really kind of like rang the bell for me this week. Remembering our breath. As you exhale, slowly unwind and come back to center. Nice. And then we'll switch sides. So extending the left leg, this time bending the right knee. Holding that right leg in close again, you can even hook the crook of the elbow around that leg. Inhale, exhale, starting to open up to the twist here. That right hand can kind of come behind. I like to bring it to spider fingers. And then if it feels good, extend your gaze over that right shoulder. Keeping that left leg, keeping us strong and active. If you saw, I just realized my left leg was floppy and I made sure to activate it again. Breathing here, remembering our ability to adapt to the twists and turns of life. Prepared for whatever comes our way. One more breath. And then exhale, coming back to center. Beautiful. I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see a little bit. I'm going to share with you, we're going to work a little bit on Gomukhasana or cow face pose. And this is a pose I struggle with, but I also am starting to really appreciate that I need it. And so I'm going to show you my way to work on it as I'm like working with the tightness in my hips. So start to draw your right leg. No, sorry. I have to think about this for a second. Sorry, I had to like work it through my head. So right now my right leg is extended straight out. So typically in cow face pose, I'll show you what mine looks like. Your right leg is bent and then your left knee is bent and they're kind of stacked on top of one another. And like I said, this is really hard for me. All kinds of hip tightness here means that this leg, which should be kind of down here more, is way up here in space. And when I do this at home, I've got blocks and things propped underneath of me. If you're comfortable in your cow face pose, this is a nice big outer hip stretch, really beneficial. Stay here. If you're feeling the way I'm feeling, extend that bottom leg. So now I can just draw my left leg overhead, sitting up nice and straight and tall. If you want to take the forward fold here, feel free to. But notice how that changes the stretch for you. Maybe it makes it too uncomfortable and you suddenly start catching your breath and that's no good. So you just ease up. I've really been working on this at home. It's intense for me. It really is. So for years I've just avoided it or made uncomfortable, awkward jokes about it. And now I'm like, you know what? Like I just got to do it. There's no way it's never going to get any better unless I just work through it. And I read some stuff about how if you practice things in like that tense, panicked way, your body remembers it. So I've been like just trying to be really extra gentle with her and breathe and while I work on this at home. One more moment. Inhale, start to slowly come back up. And then unwind whatever leg situation you've got here. This time we'll switch sides. I have to think about it again. What did I just do? There we go. All right. Nope. See, that's how much cow face pose Gomukhasana just makes me feel like, because it's so much tension. All right, so now we're going to switch our legs. Either both legs folded or like mine, that bottom leg is extended and then the right, for me this right now, the right knee is on top. Sitting up nice and tall, this might be all the outer hip stretch. you need, and you're just gonna sit there and find your deep breath and remain calm. If you're ready to forward and you want to, notice what changes for you. Big stretch. I think it's easy for us to do the things that come naturally or feel good, or it's harder for us to do the things that feel more challenging. And again, it's our yoga practice, right? We've got to do it all. The stuff that feels good and the stuff that feels challenging. But if we do it every day, over time, it creates those shifts in our lives that we're looking for. Breathing and softening here. And then inhale, slowly start to lift back up. I'm going to turn back to the side now. Keep your right leg extended. Grab your left leg and hook it in. And again, you can stay here if you like that sort of gentle sway of the hip. That might feel nice. You get to decide. Just rock that baby gently. Sometimes I come in here and I'm kind of like, rah. And now from here, we're going to transition onto our backs. Let that left ankle cross on top of the right knee. Whoops. Scooch back a little bit. So we got that left ankle on top of the right knee. And then you're going to reach forward and grab either the back of that right thigh or the front of the shin. Big stretch here for the glute. This is also a time where sometimes I like to just kind of gently sway side to side. Other times I enjoy just the static hold. One more breath. And then go ahead and release the grip on that right leg and let that left knee come back to the mat. Widen the feet, gently shift the knees side to side. And then we'll go ahead and draw both of the knees up so we can rock and roll back to the front of our mat. And we'll do that now on the opposite side. So this time we're going to grab that right leg and kind of hug it in. Decide if you want the static hold or the gentle rock the baby. I'm so sorry. I just looked at the time and I realized that we've gone a little bit long. If you can't stay all the way through to Shavasana, I totally understand. I did a lot of jibber jabber at the top of class and I think that ate into a little bit of time. So if you have to leave with us right at 10:30, I totally understand. We will miss you and I hope you get a little bit of moment's rest at some point during the day. And then from here, we're going to transition onto our backs. So letting our upper torso come down to the floor. Now the right ankle crosses on top of that thigh. And decide here, do you want to reach for the back of that left thigh or the front of the left shin? One side might be different than the other, and that's totally okay. There are definitely days where my left leg feels a lot tighter than the other. So breathing here. One more moment. Go ahead and release the grip on that left leg and let that right ankle come back down to the floor. Widening the feet, gently send those knees side to side. What did we call them last week? I think we called these the willow branches, right? I think we determined if you call them windshield wipers, people swish them back and forth way too fast. If you just call them like willow branches, they just kind of sway with the breath. Inhale and then exhale. One more time. Beautiful. One more active pose here. We're going to find ourselves in a bridge. If you've got something nearby that you like, a folded blanket or a little pillow or a block, and you want to take supported bridge, beautiful thing. If you're with me, feet and legs are hip distance apart. My heels are close to my seat. As you inhale, start to open up through the front body by activating the back body. If you like the bind here, you can clasp your hands and kind of wiggle walk your shoulders in towards one another. Wherever you are, we're here for 3 more breaths. One more moment here, and we're going to slowly let that back come back into contact with the floor. One final set of willow branches. Just sway and side to side. And then finally, draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins if that feels comfortable, drawing your nose up towards your knee. One final moment of tension. Squeeze all your muscles in, scrunch the legs, scrunch the arms, the face, scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. And then big inhale, big relaxation. Open it all up out into Shavasana. Make any little adjustments you need to so that you can be as comfortable as is possible for your Shavasana. Adjust your clothing. Put a cushion under your head or under your knees. Whatever allows you to really start to soften the body, letting go and relaxing into the floor. Feel the floor, the support of the floor underneath of you, and start to really soften the body into that support. If it's comfortable to do so, you can close your eyes or soften your gaze, but really start to imagine drawing your focus inward now. Soften at the top of the head, relaxing the muscles around the forehead and eyes. Softening the neck, down to the shoulders. Move that relaxation down the upper arms, to the elbows, down through the forearms and wrists, through the hands and out the fingertips. Let your awareness travel back up through your arm and elbow and shoulder. And then let your awareness come to the area around your heart space. And we'll just soften here and breathe for a few moments. Relaxing down through the ribs and into the abdomen. Softening the pelvis. Softening the hips. Relax the muscles all around the thigh bones. Relaxing the knees. Softening the calves. Move that relaxation down through the ankles and feet and out through the toes. Slowly draw your awareness up through the legs, knees, hips, abdomen, heart space, and finally let your attention rest gently on your breath as it enters and leaves your nose. Focus your awareness on the coolness of the inhale and the warmth of the exhale. Keeping our attention here for a few moments, we'll enjoy a much needed Shavasana. Slowly start to bring your awareness back to the room and gently bring a little movement back to the body. Wiggle out fingers and toes. Wake up wrists and ankles. Gently reach your arms up overhead and stretch your feet towards the front of the room as if you're waking up after a delicious and nourishing nap. When you're ready, carefully transition onto one side, drawing your knees up and resting your head on your arm. Taking just a moment to appreciate our ability to share in a little yoga together, but apart. Grateful for a practice that helps us feel resilient and capable and ready for anything. Remembering that we were all made to be beautiful hot air balloons. We've just got to light that fire. And if you're ready, carefully press up to a comfortable seated position, hands at heart center. Eyes can be gently closed or at a soft gaze. I'm so grateful to get to share a little bit of your Saturday with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Namaste. Thank you so much, friends. Like I said at the top of class, in case you missed it, we're gonna have a lot of information coming out in the days ahead about how we're sort of shifting the studio a little bit. So be looking for social media posts and our newsletter. If you don't already get our newsletter and you want to, just leave your email address here in the comments and I'll be sure to go back and add it in. But as we move ahead, we're going to be offering Zoom classes, and then when we are able to open the doors, having both Zoom and in person. That way we can really try to bring to you the yoga that you love in the way that's most comfortable for you. So there's going to be lots of information in the future coming out. Like I said, both on our social media and on our newsletters. If you have any questions about how things are going to work, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And we look forward to seeing you virtually and in person whenever is best for you. So until then, be well, guys. Namaste. We love you. Bye.